Let's talk about naming long-term guardians for your kids. If you have little kids at home, minors under 18, and something happens to you, and you haven't made a decision about who's going to take care of them, a judge is going to decide. So if you want to choose who would take care of your kids, it's a good idea to do it. But when you think about it, maybe who you would choose would be obvious, but for a lot of people, it's a really hard question. Who would I want to raise my kids if I wasn't there to raise them myself? So there is a good way to do it, and that involves a several-step process. The first step is that you define your ideal candidate. So this involves really identifying what your parenting goals are and how you would like your child to be raised. It can be anything from where somebody lives to their feelings about education or how they handle money or their level of nurturing. There are so many values that you can choose from. So you want to make a list of what your most important parenting values are. And if you are part of a couple, if you have a co-parent with you, you want the other person to make a list of their parenting values. And you do this separately without any necessarily input from each other. The second step is you each make a list of all of the possible candidates that you can think of. You want to sort of brainstorm this without editing what you're doing. Then you're going to take your list of values and you're going to take your list of candidates and you're going to match them up. Which of these candidates meet the most of your values? In doing this process, you can really narrow your list down. You want to get your list down to maybe 3 to 5 and then rank your choices 1 through 5. And then it's a really great idea to sit down with your top candidates and talk to them about what's involved, the fact that you're considering naming them as guardians of your kids. Finally, once you figure out who are the best candidates, you want to reduce your choices in writing in a legal document. You can name guardians in your will. You can also name guardians in a separate guardian nomination. In fact, if you want to name guardians, you can find that on my website. There's a place that you can name guardians for free if you scroll down to the bottom. So if you have minor kids at home and you haven't named guardians, 69% of Americans haven't, so you're not alone, but it's a really great idea to do so because frankly, anybody that you pick is probably better than allowing a judge to pick somebody. If you have any questions about this, I'd be happy to chat.